guys, and welcome to our second Sunday slot. Today we're going to be building an Easter garden. So it might be a good idea to go and get some stuff ready so then we can try and build it together. So you might want to take a little look now in the video of a few things that I've got around. So we've got some paper will be useful and probably some colouring pens or pencils. You might want to, if you've got a garden, to go and get a little bits of grass or things like that, some stones. If you've got any cocktail sticks or little bits of wood maybe lying around, that might be great to get some of those. And then the rest of the stuff, I think maybe we can just work on it together. But you will need something flat. So mum and dad must have something in the house, I'm sure. Maybe a plate, or I've got a tray, as you can see. That's going to be the base of our Easter garden. So go and get a few things, pause the video, and then come back and we will start to build our Easter garden together. So, assuming that you've got some of your stuff ready and you've got your base, so we said we could either use maybe a tray or a plate or something flat. You can even use a small plant pot. We're getting ready to go. So, I've got this green thing that goes on trays. It's to just stop it slipping. That's okay if you haven't got one of these. I don't expect you to, but maybe there's something in the house. Maybe you've got some green tissue paper, or you've got some green paper in general. You can even, if you want to, go and get some grass and put some grass just to make the base of your Easter garden. So all I've done is just tucked our little green thing underneath, so then it looks like we've got a little bit of grass. The second thing that we're going to start to make are these crosses. So we need 3 crosses to put together. That will be the 3 crosses from the crucifixion. So all I've used are these. Mum happened to have some cocktail sticks, or some long cocktail sticks, skewers, in the house. So you might have lollipop sticks, or you might have these. Mum and Dad might have these around the house. Or you might just have little bits of wood, or you could even cut up little bits of cardboard. So I've just cut off 2 pieces together, and then I've put little elastic bands around them to make them into a cross. So you can see that there are 2 that I've done already. Here's one I made earlier. And then we're just gonna put them together like a cross. And if we've got an elastic band, that's great. If we haven't got an elastic band, you could use a bit of string, or you could even use a bit of cotton as well. If mum and dad maybe have got some cotton, or if your parent or guardians have got anything really that we can wrap around, maybe even a bit of wire, or a bit of thread, anything like that. Well, just to keep these little bits in place here. So once we've done that, hopefully we've made our 3 crosses. So mine's a little bit wonky though, so I've made it put it on a bit of a skew. But that's okay. The Easter gardens don't have to be perfect. We just need them to replicate something. So I've also got a bit of blue tack to keep our crosses standing up. Again, you might not have blue tack. If you want to just sellotape them, that's fine too. Or my mum suggested putting them in a banana skin, so you could have a banana at the back of your Easter garden, and you can just stick them in that to make them stand up. But I'm just using blue tack to stick them onto the edge of my tray. So I've got my first cross, and then we're going to do the same with the other 2. If you need help with this, just go and ask a sibling or a parent or a guardian or whoever's at home, and they, I'm sure, will help you to get these crosses even to stand up, so that they're not flat. And here's my slightly wonky cross that I made. But like we said, that's okay. That's okay to have a slightly wonky cross. So once we've done that bit, there we go. Hopefully they're going to stay in place and they look kind of cross-like. If you wanted to build a little bit of a hill, or put a little bit of an up and downy bit, I guess, into your Easter garden, I decided that I was going to use a little bits of cotton wool. They're just like little cotton wool balls that I was going to put underneath our little green foliage there. So it looks like we're building a bit of a hill, or a bit of a mountainside, I guess, if you wanted to add a bit of creativity to that. If you don't have cotton wool, absolutely fine. You can use just old newspaper, something scrumpled up underneath to just give it like a little bit of a lift. I've then also got, not really sure what this is, guys, and I'm not sure what you could substitute it for at home. It's something that I had in my old room. It's just an orb, and it happens to be green. So we'll add that in there just for a bit of, I don't know, bit of texture, just so it looks like a bit of fun. If you happen to have anything green lying around, I mean, I'm not really sure that the little Pokemon animal is good for an Easter garden, but if you have something that you think, yeah, that would look good in my garden, then just put it in. There aren't any rhyme or rules to this. We do, however, then need a tomb, and we need an empty tomb because we know that Jesus has risen. So hopefully you've all got plenty of toilet roll at home, I'd hope. So maybe before we recycle the inner tube of the toilet roll, you can actually just take it and get ready to use it for your Easter garden. So all I've done is literally use all the toilet roll around it and got this ready for our empty tomb. So I also decided I was going to put some little bits of scrumpled up paper inside, just so it blocks off the end, so it looks a bit more tomb-like, that's all. So we just shove it in the end down here, so it's nice and neat. And you can put the tomb wherever you want it to, really, and it should just sit there nicely. And then we've got the stone, so you can actually use a proper stone if you wanted to, or I've just used the top of a lid of something. So if you've got any Tupperware at home or any plastic things that maybe have a lid, you could also use that as the stone, sorry, from the tomb that rolls away. So you could just put that somewhere on the side if you wanted to, so it looks like it's rolled away, or you could put it in front of it, but as long as we know that it's an empty tomb. So we've got our tomb. I've just picked up a few rocks from the garden. If you have a garden, then just go and find a few rocks maybe, or if you're out on your one lot of exercise a day, maybe have a look if you could pick up some stones and just make sure you wash your hands afterwards. So a few little pebbles. I happen to have a nice little pebble that says all things are possible to him who believes. So I'll just put that down there that I happen to have in the house. I then also went and got, it's a bit dry now, some grass from the garden. Again, if you don't have a garden, that's absolutely fine. You can just go and pick some, maybe, hopefully on your daily exercising walk, and then just sprinkle that over your Easter garden. Give it a bit more texture again. Again, you might not have this at home. I've got a little angel that I wanted to put by the tomb because I thought that was a nice touch. You might not have an angel at home, it doesn't matter at all if you don't. You can even make your own angel if you wanted to, or you can make a little figurine of Jesus, or you can leave it, absolutely fine, it's up to you. So I was just going to put my angel by the tomb somewhere to show that Jesus has risen. I didn't say that if you don't have grass, or maybe you don't want to pick grass, again, that's absolutely fine. You could even just use a sheet of paper and colour it in green, or you can rip strips of paper and just put that around just to give that a grassy feel. Because we're still in Wales, I happen to have a little daffodil that goes on your top normally, a pin. I'm going to put that in my Easter garden to brighten it up a little. For those of you that don't happen to have a little daffodil, you could just draw little flowers. You could draw, or you could cut around them. So I've put I drew some little flowers the other day that we'll put there to make it look nice and colourful. And I also tried to draw some little red, I'm not sure what they are, tulips, little red splodges of flowers, anything to bring a bit of colour to your Easter garden. So it looks colourful and decorative and beautiful. I think it's looking quite good so far. And I just wanted to add in a little splash or a little bit of fun with my chocolate Easter egg ready for Easter Sunday. So I'm just going to put that anywhere around here, really. So there we go. I don't know if it's quite as good as when I first started, but hopefully you get the idea that you can try and use whatever you've got around the house, because we know it's really difficult to get out at the moment. So just use what you can find. If you've already got flowers or you've got plants in the house, great. put those into your Easter garden, and just make it look really beautiful. We'd be really excited to see the work that you've done and your garden. So if you'd like to take a photo and post it on our Facebook page on the Richmond and Hounslow Circuit, or if you'd like to send it to your minister, so maybe to Adam or to Jeffrey or to Claudia or even Kathy, then please do send them, because we'd love to see all your Easter gardens. And we hope that you've had a really great time making them, and that you've got your family involved and your parents and your guardians, and we look forward to seeing your gardens. So stay happy and stay healthy and have a blessed day.